the way we teach our kicks are 6 components of a kick. There's transfer the weight, which causes bone alignment. Then I chamber or lift the knee. Then I extend the leg and exhale. Finally, number 6 is rechamber. I'll explain it as I go through it. So the first thing I want to do is I transfer the weight. This causes the bone alignment. Now my hip is over my knee is over my foot, my shoulders, everything is in a straight line. My spine is straight. Okay. Once I have that alignment, then I lift the knee, which is a lifting or chambering, needs to be defined as slamming the knee up to the chest, driving the knee. It needs to have something behind it that shows the intensity that I'm lifting this leg up. Because a dog can lift his leg up to go pee on a fire hydrant. Okay? That's not going to get me the power to fire a kick. I need to slam this knee up. Okay? And right as I hit my peak of my knee lift, by that slamming that knee, so my knee is actually can lift. I'm aiming to lift my knee about sternum level high, shoulder level high. So I'm driving that knee up. But if I'm kicking lower, my knee is still driving up as I'm extending. So the knee is still lifting, the leg is still rising as I extend. On impact, I exhale and then rebound off the target, recoil off the target, bouncing and driving that knee back to underneath my hip. Now the kick is finished. If I choose to, I can set the foot on the ground and finish my motion, or I could also choose to set it behind me, set it off to the side and cut an angle. I have a lot of different options because that recoil has also allowed me to regain balance. Once I have that balance, I can choose what I want to do. If I choose to, I can kick and then kick a second time. Or I can just kick, slam my foot on the ground, and follow up with a second kick. A lot of different options depending on what you're doing. Standard timing is to accelerate, driving through all 6 parts of those kick, accelerating, trying to go as fast as I can. By transferring the weight, my body is in alignment. I have more applied mass to my attack because I now have shifted that weight into a forward motion where everything is coming in. I'm over the top of my foot. Everything's in alignment. As I drive, my mass is still driving into the attack. This is why a rear leg kick hits so much harder than picking up the lead leg. Because the lead leg, I shift my weight backwards to transfer the weight. I'm in alignment. Structurally, everything's there. But I don't have as much mass going into the target. So when it comes to the theory of power, the rear leg kick has more applied mass if I transfer the weight and drive everything forward into my target. When I'm here, I'm accelerating, okay, driving through. If you have a decent turning kick, this should be fairly fast. If you're a heavyweight, obviously you're going to be slower. You have more mass to get moving initially. If you're a lightweight, you probably can't even see your foot move because you're so stinking fast. I'm somewhere in the middle. I used to be a lightweight, now I'm old and fat. Okay, so that's what happens when you get old, you get fat. All right, so I'm driving that knee, transferring the weight, and coming through, turning that foot, and just your standard turning kick. Just on a side note, if you want to start playing with different stances when you throw these different kicks, that kind of opens up a whole new ball game. I have practiced throwing kicks out of a back stance. So there's a bigger weight transfer. So back stance, weight distributions, 70-30, 70% of the weight's on the back leg. So my normal fighting stance is 50-50, and I transfer the weight before I drive that weight. Okay, I have probably, well, I guess it'd be a 50% weight transfer. Yeah, that makes sense. So my fighting stance is 50-50, and I transfer the weight onto that lead leg before I fire this up. That's a 40-50% weight transfer. Where if I'm throwing it out of a back stance and I got a 70-30 weight distribution, that is almost a full 70% weight distribution, moving that mass towards the target, and that hits a little bit harder. Probably gaining another 15%. Okay, so I can play with that a little bit. I can also do this out of what we call a T stance, which is the same fighting stance, but my back leg is straight. So instead of 50-50 on my weight distribution, I'm probably 60-40. The difference between the T stance and the full back stance, power-wise, it might be 5%. Very little change. So that's why I like the T stance, because I can be in a fighting stance. If I need more power, I can just shift that weight back and then drive forward. And if I need to load up a little bit more impact, if I have a larger opponent, or if I just need to make a point to this guy, or if it's a self-defense situation against a bigger guy and I need to knock him out, maybe I'll go to those bigger, deeper stances. So that's pretty much what I got for you guys today. Again, if you guys like what we're doing, please hit that like and subscribe button. And until next time, God bless and keep on kicking.